Hey, before we dive in, don't forget to hit that follow button and subscribe because the financial world is moving fast and you don't want to miss the next big twist. Now, let me tell you a story. Imagine a country that's been through decades of conflict, instability, and constant rebuilding. A place where corruption has drained resources, public services barely work, and even with massive oil wealth, the people still struggle with poor infrastructure and limited opportunities. Sounds rough, right? But here's the thing. This country is sitting on some of the richest natural resources in the world. Oil, gas, agriculture potential. Yet for years, foreign investors were hesitant. Who would risk big money in a place that seemed like it could fall apart at any moment? But something changed. Slowly, stability started to return. And with that stability, whispers of opportunity began to circulate. Imagine global organizations watching closely, thinking, is now the time to step in? Could this be the chance to turn risk into reward? Now picture this, a high-profile ceremony. Suits, speeches, and a sense that something major is about to go down. The stage isn't New York, it's not London, it's not even Dubai. Nope, this is happening in Baghdad. The country's prime minister himself steps up to the microphone. Cameras flashing, investors on the edge of their seats. He begins to talk about partnerships, about recovery, about building a new economic future. And then the bombshell drops. We're not talking about a small pilot project or a symbolic gesture. We're talking about deals worth $1 billion. Yeah, billion with a B. But where's all this money going? That's the kicker. $500 million is heading straight into one of the country's biggest challenges, and also its biggest opportunity, natural gas. Specifically, the gas that gets wasted during oil drilling. Instead of letting it burn off into the air, new facilities are set to capture and actually use it. And guess where? In Basra, the southern province that's long been the heart of Iraq's oil wealth. And that's not all. The contracts spread out into energy, agriculture, infrastructure, and finance. Basically, every sector that's been lagging behind. For years, Iraq's non-oil economy has been crawling at a snail's pace, stuck with low productivity and little investment. But now, suddenly, there's fresh capital ready to flow. And here's the name behind all of this. The IFC, the International Finance Corporation, the private sector arm of the World Bank. They're betting big on Iraq, doubling down after already spending 2 decades trying to nurture growth there. Think about that for a second. A country that many people wrote off as too risky is now pulling in billion-dollar investment deals from one of the world's biggest financial players. The goal? To finally turn natural wealth into real development, to give the economy a chance beyond just oil, and maybe, just maybe, to rewrite Iraq's global image. Now, of course, challenges remain. Corruption hasn't magically disappeared, public services are still weak, and $1 billion, while huge, isn't enough to fix everything overnight. But this moment, it signals something new. It's a bet on Iraq's future, a gamble that stability can bring opportunity, not just for the government, but for the private sector too. So here's the question for you. Is this the start of Iraq's real economic comeback story, or just another chapter in a long cycle of missed chances? One thing's for sure, the world will be watching closely. And if you want to keep up with stories like this, where global money, politics, and opportunity collide, make sure you're subscribed, because this is just the beginning.